Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Alright, so game plan today is back into Contradiction. Looks like we are 52% of the way through. I believe we still need to talk to Ryan and see if we can get some contradictions out of him. Yeah, for some reason, late shift. Obviously, there's no category for contradictions, so I just went ahead and put on late shift for the streaming. But that kicked it into mature rated, so no idea why, other than language and all that. I did double check the store page just to make sure there wasn't any nudity and all that, but did not see any. Alright, we're at 9 p.m. I believe we have a contradiction for Ryan that we can snag. Hopefully everyone is doing well today. It's been a long week. I'm happy it's the weekend and I've been running around all morning. Let me know if audio is okay as well as per usual. I try to do tests, but
questions, if you don't mind.
Sometimes you never know. Alright. So, contradiction. Lisa Blint claimed that Atlas were devil worshippers. Ryan states that he doesn't know anything about devil worship, but used to read about black magic and satanic rituals.
Aha. So you used to read a lot about voodoo and satanic rituals, but you don't know anything about devil worship?
Well, obviously, I just meant we don't worship the devil. We're not devil worshippers here at Atlas, Inspector. Ridiculous.
But the point is, Ryan, that you claim not to know anything about it, but admitted you were obsessed with it when you were younger. Are you sure none of that made its way onto the Atlas course? And that Lisa isn't basing her beliefs on anything within that course?
Lisa isn't basing her beliefs on anything other than her own imagination, Inspector. Look, we do use some techniques that some students find difficult, disturbing.
Disturbing.
We encourage them to see things differently, that's all. And some people simply aren't up to that. Some people, like Lisa, that's why we introduced the aptitude test.
What's the aptitude test?
This.
God, please put that drink down. He's been nursing it the whole damn game.
We ask students to fill in an aptitude test. Medical history, psychological issues, that kind of thing. Any medication that they have used in the past, any medication that they currently are using. Here, take a look. Basically, it's just to try and make sure that we don't get another Lisa.
Has it worked?
Oh, touch wood, so far, yes.
Can I keep a copy of this?
Touch wood.
I wonder how much importance they actually give to this test. And what are they doing that's so disturbing anyway?
Guess we could go to Paul and ask him about that.
Back later?
Probably be good. Just make our usual rounds.
A few more questions, if you don't mind. Can you tell me a bit about this, please? It's the Atlas aptitude test.
What do you want to know?
What does it test, exactly?
Well, look
It's a
at it,
test,
Jinx.
we introduced to make sure that any students didn't have any major personality problems, skeletons in the cupboard, so to speak. We introduced it because we had a little bit of a problem with one of the students.
Lisa.
You are well informed.
And what do you think it was that disturbed her?
I believe that the course proved to be too demanding for her. We discovered that she had one or two psychological problems and she couldn't handle it.
This is a
And
business
did you
course.
change anything else on the course apart from introducing the test?
We increased the entrance age to 21.
21.
Wasn't much, but it's about the only thing we could do. We didn't want another Lisa. We didn't want students turning around and suing us, did we?
It's mind-blowing that this is happening in a business course. Like, what the heck? Raise the course interest to 21. Very weird. Who was it that said, like, they don't give anything to the students that they can't handle or something? There's something, like, with that. Here we go. Impossible to be hurt or damaged by hypnosis. Not possible to force students to be hypnotized. But like Lisa's saying...
That's all for the moment. Thank you.
Maybe see if Simon or Emma took this test.
Couple more questions, if that's okay. Have you seen one of these before?
No, not this one exactly, but we had to fill something similar in on the first night at Atlas. One of those aptitude tests? No, fitness and stuff like that.
Fitness.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
So not psychological? Are we gonna read the test? We're just gonna ask people about it.
Did you do a test before you started at Atlas?
Oh yeah. It was all just questions about if I had any illnesses or mental health problems or stuff like that, you know. Like, they didn't actually ask for any proof, so I could have lied through your teeth on that one. Don't think they actually checked.
Interesting.
So if it would be easy to lie on the form, then what's the point?
Okay, that's it for now. Thank you.
I don't think James is gonna know anything about it.
A few more questions, please. Thank you.
Yeah, wouldn't know anything about it.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Is Lisa back? I don't think she'll be back, probably. No. But like, what about the... Say if...
Ask you a couple more things, please.
Incident prompted them to introduce, but yeah, where was it? forget what ECT machine is. Not a major part of the course. I know there... Where was it? Alice does use disturbing techniques.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Well, Paul said...
Just a few more questions, if you don't mind.
couldn't handle the course techniques, but where was the thing where they said they didn't give students anything they couldn't handle? Yeah, not possible to force, not used on the course, and possibly hurt. But then, so yeah, why would we have a test for psychological issues then? No. Just couldn't handle. Yeah.
Aha. So nobody has ever been affected by auto-hypnosis, except Lisa.
Hypnosis wasn't the problem, Inspector. Lisa was the problem.
Lisa was the problem
That's
with
why
Lisa.
we introduced the test.
But the hypnosis was the trigger, wasn't it?
Lisa arrived on the course believing we were all devil worshippers. She was nuts to start with. We didn't make her like that.
Well, as far as I can tell, Paul, you've had one student accuse you of devil worship and 2 others commit suicide. Some of your students aren't having a very good time on this course, are they?
Nonsense. Kate was enjoying every minute of it. She couldn't get enough of it.
Really?
She was full of the joys of life. Bubbly, confident, flirty.
Flirty.
You mean with whom?
Really?
With whom?
Pretty much everybody. Including me, as I remember.
Ew.
Really? And, did you respond?
I don't get into relationships with students, Inspector. Company policy. It's not professional.
I'd say so.
Interesting admission
Except-
that Kate flirted with him. There's no way Paul would have turned down an opportunity like that.
Yeah, except he was totally... Who was he flirting with before? Yeah, he once tried to date Emma. Bro. Where's the thing? Where'd it go? Doesn't... Come on, where's the thing that he... Here we go. Like, bruh.
So you avoid relationships with students, except for Emma, who you tried to date.
Oh, come on, Inspector. That was a long time ago.
And what about Kate Ryan?
Still a student, though.
Did you try to date her or not?
Oh, don't be so ridiculous, Inspector. Kate was an exceptionally clever girl. She knew exactly
Clever
what she
girl.
wanted, and she knew how to get it.
You mean...
Sounds like victim blaming.
It wouldn't surprise me if she was playing everyone in the group. Kate had more enemies than you'd think. She was a very, very manipulative young woman.
And you were in a point like you were in a power position.
10 o'clock, it's getting late. I'm gonna have to pick up the pace if I'm gonna solve this by midnight.
When did we have to solve it by midnight? Well, I guess we'll make our rounds to see if anything new's shown up, because there seems to be like new stuff that shows up after like things appear, I guess, if that makes sense. So we'll go around the map. We'll start over here. Just do a little look-see through the woods. Nope, wrong way. Guess I'll talk to Rebecca.
I really don't think it's my place, darling.
It is your place here.
I just don't want to tell tales.
Tell him about Simon.
Tell me.
You know what happens when you don't do as I say.
Ooh.
So it's going to be that kind of
Ew, no.
Only if you deal.
Problems?
Hello, Inspector. See you later.
God. Gross. Oh, we're just gonna snoop, are we? Oromorph liquid.
Well, isn't that interesting?
What is Oromorph liquid? Oh, I like that cabinet. I want that cabinet. Becca, what's Oromorph liquid?
Things, please. Do you know anything about this?
It's the aptitude test, isn't it, for Atlas? What do you want to know?
Do you know why it was introduced?
I think they had some trouble with some unsuitable students. I suppose you have to be careful who you work with.
The cupboard downstairs, there's a lot of unopened stuff in it.
Is there?
Prescription.
I was snooping.
Made out to you.
Oh, they're just spare painkillers. The chemist always gives us too many as a friend of the family.
What is Oromorph? I want to look that up. I don't have my phone next to me. Oh, fine, I'll use the computer. Oromorph. Medication. Medication is used to help relieve severe ongoing pain, such as due to cancer. Interesting. Okay, so it's a type of morphine. High risk for addiction and dependence, can cause respiratory distress and death when taken in high dosage or combined with other substances. So it's controlled, which means we're not just getting spare pills from somebody or from the chemist. Like, that's a controlled substance. You can't just get that.
That's all for the moment. Thank you.
Randy, tell me about your wife's dependence on drugs, please.
Couple more questions, if that's okay. Do you know what the medicine in the cupboard at the pub is for?
You'd better ask Rebecca about that. I'm not exactly sure what's in there. She tends to keep her wares under lock and key.
You were holding it.
You know, our wedding night was quite a surprise.
Oh, I hate it. I hate it so much. But she doesn't keep the cupboard locked because we totally opened it.
Be back later on.
Oh,
if
wait.
that's okay.
Rebecca said she doesn't do, like, any kind of drugs, right? Didn't she?
Few more questions, please.
Yeah, doesn't take any drugs or medicines. So she has prescription painkillers, though.
Aha. So, you don't take any medicines except for prescription painkillers.
Well, they're not actually for me, they're Ryan's. For some reason, the chemist always makes them out to my name.
Yeah, that's illegal.
He's an old gentleman.
Then he should not
Does
be
Ryan need prescription
in the
painkillers?
practice if he's
Yes,
making that
he's
mistake.
got arthritis.
Really? He's young to suffer from that, isn't he?
He doesn't have it badly, but he does need medication from time to time.
What medicine is it?
I couldn't tell you, to be honest. Ryan will know.
So Ryan's the one using the prescriptions. I think I might have a word with him, work out exactly what this medicine is.
He's lying. And yeah, anyone can have arthritis. It doesn't particularly
Thank
matter how old you are, I
Probably be back
believe.
later.
I like the idea of us trotting back and forth between these places.
Ask you a couple more things, please. Tell me about your arthritis.
Oh, you found out about that. Well, yes, I'm old before my time.
It's very unlucky to have it so young.
Well, I take a lot from life, Inspector, and sometimes life likes to give you a little bit back. I mean, it's not too bad, it's not too debilitating. It's mainly some in my right hand, some in my left hand. It's not particularly a problem. Makes it difficult to hold small things, though.
What do you take for it?
I get a prescription painkiller.
How often do you need that?
Not often, as and when. I keep some here, I keep some at home. It's not a problem.
It says it's highly addictive, though. Like, this is your prescription. But if she keeps it locked, then how do you get it? Oh my god. Maybe Paul will
That's
know
it for
more.
the time being, thank you. A few more questions, if you don't mind. When did Ryan begin to suffer from arthritis?
Ryan doesn't suffer from arthritis.
Really?
The only thing that Ryan suffers from is a pathetic inability to deal with any kind of discomfort. He pulled his back sometime last year. Since then, he's going around telling everybody he suffers from arthritis.
I thought he had medication for it.
Oh, he only has medication because his GP, who is almost as dysfunctional as he is, keeps prescribing it for him.
So you don't believe he really has arthritis?
Not at all.
Interesting. So... pulled his back last year.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
So I guess, do we confront Ryan with that?
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
We can't really confront him with that. I guess arthritis is not a problem then if it's their back.
That's all for the moment.
That's
Thank you.
weird, we can't confront that. Oh, something new. He dropped something.
Bit careless, Simon. Probably nothing important, but at this stage, I need all the
Wait.
clues I can get.
No, it jingled. Okay, there we go. It's like that card did not jingle. What is it? What is it? A key ring. What does it say? Bernard de Menthen. Is it... Is it like a patron saint of Saint Bernard's? Like, I don't know anything about saints. I guess we'll ask Simon.
Couple more questions, if that's okay.
Simon, what's this?
Is this yours?
Yeah. That's from my keys. Where did you find that?
Just outside.
Right. Oh, it must have come off when Nathan dropped my keys off. He was borrowing my car.
It literally just fell out, I thought.
Yeah, I suppose it is. I am a bit too trusting, really. It's a new car as well.
Wait, no, he said he has a bike, though, right? So why isn't he driving his... Yeah, bike is the only way Simon can get to work, so why... Bike has finally come into play.
So the bike's the only way you can get to work, yes?
Yeah.
What's wrong with the car?
No, I can't drive the car yet, can I? I don't have my license.
Right.
I got a windfall from an insurance payout. Just figured I'd buy something sensible with it straight away instead of wasting the money.
I'm sorry.
What was the insurance payout?
It was for a laptop. It got stolen down at Atlas.
At Atlas?
Well, they didn't break in. I think they just walked in and took it. The laptop was in a storeroom, but I think the lock was broken, to be honest.
Doesn't sound like they're taking their security very seriously.
Actually, it got a lot better after that.
Think I'll check it anyway.
I'm sorry, how did you drive...
Must be a very nice laptop to be able to buy a car with the insurance. Or a very cheap car. Might have to have a talk with Ryan about his security measures.
How did he drive the car off the lot without his license? Like, can you buy a car without a driver's license? Because, like, you need insurance, and technically, like, I feel like they check for that, don't they? Like, I don't know. I haven't bought a car recently, so I have no idea. What is this, Aztec?
I think you dropped this outside. Someone you know.
Oh, this is just from some IT guy I met. I don't need it.
Enough. I noticed some numbers on the back. Do you need these?
I don't know. What is it?
1905?
Oh, yeah. That's just a pin for something. It's okay. I can remember it.
So not an offshore savings account or anything?
No. It's not important.
How weird. Why can't we flip the card over? Bernard de Menthen. Didn't really explain what that is, so I'm gonna look that up. Bernard de Menthen. Menthon. Bernard of Menthon. Bernard of Menthon was a Burgundian Catholic priest and founder of the Great St. Bernard Hospice, as well as its associated canons regular of the Hospitaller Congregation of Great St. Bernard. Gave his name to the St. Bernard breed of dog, originally bred for the cold environment of the hospice. Let's see. Was descended from a rich and noble family and received a thorough education in Paris. When he reached adulthood, he decided to devote himself to the service of the church and refused an honorable marriage proposed by his father. In popular legend, it is said that he had to sneak out of the castle on the night before an arranged marriage, and that during his flight from the castle, he threw himself from his window only to be caught by angels and lowered gently to the ground 40 feet below. I'm gonna call BS on that. Feel like that didn't happen. Kind of interesting, though. Let's see. Is he a patron saint? He's venerated. I don't know if that means patron saint or not. St. Bernard Patron Saint Archive. Yeah. So I guess he's a patron saint. He patronaged mountaineers, skiing, snowboarding, backpacking, and the Alps. Man, there's a saint for everything, isn't there? Alright. Yeah, let's ask Ryan about that.
Be back later on.
Since we're here, though, we'll talk to Emma.
Have you seen this before?
Nope. Sorry, never heard of him.
What do you know about this?
This is Simon's. I bought this from him when we were on holiday. Has he lost it?
He dropped it.
He can't keep anything.
Where were you on holiday to?
Did you know about Simon's laptop being stolen?
Yeah, because it had all my college work on it.
Ew.
Which I hadn't backed up or saved. Not that it mattered much.
It's called Google
but,
Drive.
I did buy a new one. And Simon uses it now. When I let him.
It's called Google Drive. It'll back everything up for you.
Did you know about Ryan Round's arthritis?
Arthritis? I didn't think Ryan had arthritis.
Because it's not something that you would tell a bunch of people.
Okay, that's it for now. Thank you.
It's not like you'd say your name like, hi, my name is blah, and I have arthritis. Like, it's not gonna work that way.
A few more questions, please. Thank you. Do you know anything about this?
Why would she? Like, what? Why would she? How come we don't get an option for this, but we get an option for the keyring?
Have you seen this before?
Useless.
Thank you. Probably be back later. Ask you a couple more things, please. Know anything about this?
No, I don't. I'm sorry. We have our own IT chap. Lovely chap, in fact. Fat and sweaty, though. It's like a double act, doesn't it?
Rude.
Have you seen this before?
No, sorry.
Like, why would anyone know about that?
Were you at Atlas when Simon's laptop was stolen?
Oh, I believe I was, yes. He was taken from the storeroom in the hallway.
Was it ever recovered?
No, we didn't catch anyone. We're quite exposed out here. Somebody could just wandered along the lanes, seen into the storeroom. It's not particularly secure. They could have been in and out within minutes. That's why we advise people to keep their valuables with them. You can't be too careful these days, Inspector.
Oh, I wonder if Paul stole it. Cause like the theft stunt thing. Maybe not.
Thank you. Probably be back later. Just a few more questions, if you don't mind. And what do you know about Simon's laptop being stolen from Atlas?
Oh, no, I wasn't happy about it.
What did you do about it?
Ryan paid a con man to install a complicated CCTV system at twice the price that it would probably have cost. Seemed to do the trick, though. We haven't had a theft since.
Seen this before anywhere?
No.
No.
Like nobody would know that.
Do you know who this is? Dean Hayfield, Aztec.
Sorry, never heard of him. We have some prisoner sort who does our IT.
Prisoner sword.
Large guy. No manners.
Has anything been stolen?
That's all for the moment, thank you. Ask about a few more things, please. Seen this before?
Don't think so.
Why can we show people that?
Recognize this at all?
Yeah, he fixed my laptop.
Does he live locally?
I think so.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
What would we use the PIN number for? Have we seen anywhere that uses that? Ed, Paul. Would Rebecca know?
Couple more questions, if that's okay?
Why would she not know about it?
Thank you. Probably be back later.
What uses a PIN number? The post office is highlighted on here too, but we can't go to it. PIN number. I don't remember seeing a PIN number anywhere. The leg looks like a foot without its little toes. There's like the arch. Let's call it Chief.
Yes, Chief, afraid so. Got a bit more news. Apparently the prescription I found does belong to Ryan. It's for his arthritis.
Arthritis, Ryan? Has he told you this, or...?
He explained it, yeah. It seemed genuine enough. Although it's impossible to tell with Ryan.
Well, keep at it. You need to find out who's taking it, when they're taking it, and where they're taking it. You're getting closer though, Jenks. Keep it up.
Thanks, Chief.
Bye-bye.
That wasn't helpful. Ooh, I am sleepy today.
Few more questions, please.
They do say they don't like to have drugs and stuff on the course. Would that count if he keeps it at the place? Yeah, it doesn't allow drugs or alcohol on Atlas premises. No, maybe the other one. There we go.
So, you don't keep any medicines on site at Atlas?
No.
Except your prescription painkillers.
That's different.
Well, these are not available to the students.
But they are kept on site.
Yes, but they're locked away. They're kept in storeroom. Nobody would have access.
You're sure about that?
The whole laptop was stolen?
What are the painkillers, Ryan?
They're painkillers. Just painkillers. Normal painkillers.
Paracetamol, codeine, morphine.
It's morphine.
Well, all right, they're morphine tablets, yes.
Oh, really?
Oh, come on, Inspector. I know what you're thinking, but there's no way Kate could have had access to them.
Because they're in the storeroom.
Well, not just that. She wouldn't have even known about them, or where they were.
Sure about that?
Yes.
Someone just waltzed in
So
and...
it is morphine Ryan's taking. The pieces are starting to come together. Now I just have to work out how Kate got hold of it. If it was Ryan's morphine she got hold of course.
Are we suspecting that she was on that? Storeroom isn't particularly secure. Like, very much a
So
contradiction.
the storeroom isn't particularly secure, yet you keep your morphine tablets in there. I thought you said no one could get access to the morphine, but they could, quite easily, couldn't they, Ryan?
Couldn't they,
I didn't
Ryan?
mean that storeroom. I meant a different storeroom. I kicked them in there.
A different
Okay.
storeroom.
So where was it locked up?
It's upstairs. It's got a combination lock on. Nobody
The
could
pen.
have access to it except me and Dad. Nobody.
The
I
pin.
might have a look at that if you don't mind.
Don't mind at all.
Finally, we can go upstairs.
A combination locked room, I see. Well, I might have a look around for that. See how secure and combination locked it really is.
So Simon's taking pills, and Ryan's taking pills, and Rebecca's taking pills. I don't know. Everybody's taking pills. Can we not click on it? Do we have to use it here? There wasn't even a number on the back of that. It's a bit harsh.
Welcome to the mirror room.
Oh,
This exercise is all about identifying the difference between the image one presents to the world and one's real self, which lies deep in our unconscious.
oh no, there's weird shit
As you
going
move
on.
through the network of mirrors, practice seeing yourself as a stranger. The more you separate from your persona, the more aware you will become of your true desires and ambitions. Chant with us. I am free from my image.
I am free from my past. I am free from myself. I am free from my image. Everyone together. Oh my god.
This exercise involves the use of liberation masks.
Oh no.
You have now completed Module 1. Module 2 covers boundary testing, threshold testing, and extreme testing. Please read the
Extreme.
notes carefully before attempting the module.
Extreme testing. What the hell was all that? Disorientating maze of mirrors. Ryan, you got some splaining to do. I think it would be fun to make an FMV game.
Ask you a couple more things, please.
just be really difficult. Alright, Ryan, what the shit is this mirror room?
Can you tell me what you know about the mirror room upstairs?
Oh, you found that then. Well, it's very similar to the costumes, Inspector. It's designed to help the students look at themselves differently.
And what do you do with the mirrors?
You look at yourself, Inspector. You look at yourself until you start seeing yourself as others do. And you don't see yourself as you do anymore. It really, the idea is that you can see yourself eventually any way you wish.
So why in a locked room?
To make sure you're not distracted, that's all.
How often is it used?
Not often, a few times a month. Some students find it useful, some don't.
It's a really weird room to have. Like, it's such a weird room. Let's ask Paul about it.
Thank you.
Oh, well, we're here now. Let's talk to James.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
Alright, James is useless.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Useless James. James is just getting there, getting high, being useless to everybody.
A few more questions, if you don't mind. Can you tell me about the room with the mirrors at Atlas? The one with the combination lock?
How did you get in there?
I was given the code for the combination.
By Ryan?
Well, nobody else is allowed to know the code, are they?
And not in theory.
So how's the room used on the course, then?
It's a meditation room where the students can reflect on themselves, literally.
And what about the CD?
That helps too. It's part of the program.
So you send the students into the room, they put the CD on, they stare into the mirrors. And how long does this last for?
Until the CD finishes or they fall asleep. What else would you like to know?
They fall asleep in there? The fuck is going on in this business course? Well, we've got the code. So why does...
That's all for the moment. Thank you. Couple more questions, if that's okay. Do you know about the mirror room at Atlas?
Yeah.
What's it used for?
Well, it's mainly for the auto-hypnosis module. You go in and you stare into the mirror and you go into a trance. Then, when you're ready, you come back out.
So you just go in whenever you want to?
Oh, no. There's certain times when you're allowed in, and only they know the combinations anyway, so you can't...
How did come you had it then?
You don't know the combination?
No.
I think you do. You wrote the pen on the back of the card, bro.
Aha. So you didn't know the combination to the locked mirror room?
Nope.
Except... you'd written it down, hadn't you? This is the combination to the mirror room, Simon, that you wrote. It isn't a pin, it's a combination.
Yeah.
You see, this sort of thing makes me suspicious, Simon. What were you doing in there that you didn't want anyone, including me, to find out?
It's just part of the course, isn't it? I just wanted to go in there when I was ready.
On your own? You didn't give the number to anyone else?
No.
Simon, there was morphine kept in that room that might have played a part in Kate Vine's death. Did Kate have the number?
Yes, okay. We both went in.
Together?
We were trying to outdo each other. We We both tried some morphine.
What do you mean trying to outdo each other?
It's part of the course. To see how far you can push yourself. To see if you could do something you wouldn't normally do.
That's so dumb.
When was this?
A few months ago.
How often did you try it?
Only that once. I'd never do it again.
How about Kate?
I don't know. Sorry.
Nice.
So that's how Kate got the morphine. But what exactly does this testing involve? Could this have been what killed Kate? 11 o'clock. Just an hour left to solve this thing.
I was gonna stop here, but if we've only got an hour left, then we could probably keep pushing it to see if we could finish it out. Let's do our usual little roundabouts. See if we can find anything. Oh. Ooh, the blue filter is like turned up to the max now. What you got going on? James. What you doing?
A few more questions, please. Thank you.
Why can't we ask him anything?
Be back later on, if that's okay.
Maybe we'll snoop around? Things get bluer the darker they get, you know. What was he doing? Ah. Bulbs.
So James is interested in poppy pods, is he? I think he's got some explaining to do.
Poppies. CSI Vision, yeah, pretty much. Boy, he put those in the greenhouse real fast too, didn't he? Alright. Let's go ask him about poppies. So poppies are also a drug, right? I think they...
Ask you a couple more things, please.
Poppies are like... Is it with morphine? What are poppies used for? Opium, that's what it is. Powerful narcotic whose derivatives include morphine, codeine, heroin, and oxycodone. Okay, so they are used in a variety of things, so...
What can you tell me about several boxes of dried poppy pods in the greenhouse back there?
Feel free to take some if you want.
What are they for, James?
Decoration? Why?
Uh-huh.
Decoration.
There's a big market for them among the over 70s.
So what are you doing with them?
The over
Selling
70s.
them to grannies.
Okay, James, let's just cut to the chase. Are you extracting opium from them?
Me? I can honestly say I've never done anything like that, Inspector.
Sure about that.
Scout's honour.
And who was the guy delivering them?
A friend. Someone gave them to him. He asked me if I wanted them. I said I'd have a look and see if I liked them.
You just thought you'd have a look? No particular reason?
I'm a plant scientist, that's what I do.
Have you ever sold them to anyone else?
I only got them a few
Like
minutes
Kate
ago.
or Lisa?
In the past. You know Kate's body had opium in the blood when it was found?
Oh, that's right.
No, I didn't. Hey, that's nothing to do with me.
You better start talking then. Can you extract opium from the pods? Is that how you do it? I thought you do it from the flower. My Google search is about to be all kinds of messed up. Extracting opium from poppy pods or flowers. Raw opium that has been collected from poppy pods is mixed in with stuff. Okay, so the sap is extracted by slitting the pod vertically in parallel strokes. As the sap oozes out, it turns dark. So you do use it with the pods then. I always thought you used it with the flowers. Maybe it is with both. Poppy plant. Opium dens, medical use. There we go, harvesting poppies. Yeah, so the milky fluid that seeps from it has been scraped off and air dried to produce what is known as opium. Interesting. 2,000 tons of opium are produced annually, and this supplies the world with the raw material needed to make medicinal products. Fascinating. We're just learning all kinds of interesting things today. Okay. Selling the bonds to pensioners. Is Ryan... No, Paul would be a pensioner, right?
Okay, that's it for now. Thank you.
He's kind of older. My job offers a pension. I'm not vested yet, so...
Just a few more questions, if you don't mind.
You have to be within 5 years in the company to be vested. I think I will be at 5 soon. I have to check. Because I was hired at 2020. So yeah, 2025 I'll be vested.
What do you know about poppy pods?
Poppy pods?
Ever come across anyone selling them, using them?
No.
Do you use them, Paul? Okay, I guess not Paul then.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
We'll ask our questions as we continue up the street.
Ask about a few more things, please. What do you know about poppy pods?
Go on.
Ever come across anyone trying to sell them or anything like that? Maybe even in here?
Not that I remember.
Do you know anything about a locked room at Atlas with mirrors in it?
Not off the top of my head, no. I think that's a question for Ryan.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Oh my god.
Couple more questions, if that's okay. Do you know about the mirror room at Atlas?
Mirror room. No, I heard about it, but I think it was only for the students later on in the course. Something like that.
Strange question. Have you ever known of anyone selling dried poppy pods?
Poppy pods? Don't think so. Isn't that opium?
Kind of. It's okay.
It's okay.
That's all for the moment. Thank you. Odd question, but have you ever seen anyone handling dried poppy pods?
Poppy pods? As in, for opium?
Poppy pods. That's a great
No.
phrase.
Though James did have opium tea once, I think.
Oh.
Where did he get it from?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't ask. James does his own thing.
What does opium tea taste like?
But I don't know. I didn't try it.
Really?
I didn't want to risk it, did I? I went to hospital once. I had codeine and I went into anaphylactic shock. The doctor said it was
so he's allergic.
an opium derivative, apparently, so...
Bro, I tried an oxycodone once. It was for, like, it was given to me by a hospital. I didn't just, like, grab it from somebody and try it. I want to make that very clear. That shit works. Like, so James does know about it then. Wait, what about it? Didn't he have tea or something?
Be back later on, if that's okay.
We'll go back to James after we talk to Ryan. Oh, we gotta talk to Paul. We missed Paul.
A few more questions, please.
Oh no, we did ask Paul. Okay.
Thank you. Probably be back later. Ask you a couple more things, please. Know anything about poppy pods? Come across anyone selling them or anything?
Poppy pods? Well, don't tell anyone, Inspector, but I hear that you can make opium out of those. Why do you ask?
Doesn't matter.
Kinda matters. Okay,
that's all for the time
well,
being. Thank
we'll
you.
talk back to James then.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
Oh, there was an exclamation. Where was it? Where's the tea thing? Herbal tea. No. Come on, why would we not ask him about that?
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Where did I miss the... Was it back at Ryan's area? Or Atlas? I didn't really go this far. Paul, maybe?
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
No.
That's all for the moment. Thank you.
I'm not sure. Haven't searched the woods for a while, and also haven't asked Simon about Ryan's arthritis. Oh, did I miss it in the woods? I don't think I went to the woods. Rosenbaum Lake.
Just keep pushing. Just keep pushing. Keep pushing.
The fuck?
Keep pushing. You can push it all the way in, Tom, if you want to. Excellent, Tom.
Excuse me. Would someone care to tell me exactly what's going on here?
Don't come any closer.
That man needs a doctor.
No, he doesn't.
You kind of do.
I don't need a doctor. I'm fine. Go away.
I'm sorry,
What
what
is this?
are you
Test.
doing?
Of what?
What does it look like? It's a threshold test. A pain threshold test.
Y'all
I
are
thought,
fucking crazy
you
out
were
here.
supposed to be good at working things out. Inspector Jenks.
And so this would be for Atlas, would it? Kyle?
Kyle.
You disappear now.
It's not a good idea to talk to a police inspector like that.
Do you want me to make you?
It's okay, Tom. Mr. Jenks won't be bothering us anymore.
Don't make any rash commitments. Well, well. You really should take more care of your things, Ryan.
Man, Ryan just
Is your
dropping
keys,
stuff all
Kyle?
over.
No.
So he takes them? I'm so confused by that.
So that's threshold testing, is it? Sticking a skewer through your hand? I could just ask Ryan or Paul directly about this, but I think I'll bide my time. See what I can do with this key fob first.
The only car that I know of is at Paul's house. But we already did this, didn't we? Cars don't make noise when you unlock them, right? Like, my car's never made a noise. This is snooping. Excuse me, you need, like, a warrant for this shit. Can't just go through somebody's car. It's private property. $500.
Well, Ryan, what have you been up to? Be very interesting to see how he explains this one.
So he made out $500 to Kate? Wait. Randy M. So, like, we're just gonna admit that we snooped through this guy's car?
Couple more questions, if that's okay. Would you like to explain what this is, please, Ryan?
How did you get that?
£500 intended for Kate. It fell out of your car. At least I assume that's your car on the driveway.
Fell
of Brandon
out.
House.
I suppose so.
So why were you going to give Kate £500, Ryan?
It was just a little incentive, that's all. Just a little incentive.
Not very little, Ryan. £500.
She was a very good student. We heard that she was leaving. We wanted to give her something.
But you didn't.
Well, obviously not.
Are you sure there wasn't any other reason you might want to give her this? Personal reason?
No!
Well, I'd like to keep hold of this for a little while, if you don't mind.
Well, don't consider it a bribe, will you, Inspector?
No, it doesn't have my name on it. I feel like there's probably an ulterior motive. Maybe hush money? Because wasn't she, like, having an affair or something? Ah, students aren't coerced or bribed in any way. I guess that wouldn't be a contradiction. Because he's saying that? Okay, maybe not. Wasn't there an affair? Or am I remembering wrong? Could have sworn
Be
there
back
was.
later on, if that's okay.
What else did the hint ask? Or say? I haven't asked Simon and Paula about yet. Okay. Let's go to Simon.
A few more questions, please. Thank you.
What did I miss with him? Oh.
Did you know about Ryan's arthritis?
Ryan? He's got arthritis?
Apparently.
Oh, I didn't know. I hadn't noticed he had any problems.
Wasn't particularly helpful, but alright.
Okay, that's it for now.
To
Thank you.
Paul's house.
Ask you a couple more things, please. Now, why do you think Ryan might want to give Kate a cheque for £500?
I've really no idea. Where did you find it?
Just outside.
You
Just outside.
better ask him.
Outside
You think
in
Ryan
his
was
car.
interested romantically in Kate?
I know he has a weakness for blondes, but I didn't think it had gone so far as his offering them cash.
Wait, Rebecca isn't blonde though.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Maybe Rebecca will know more.
Just a few more questions, if you don't mind.
Best not to ask Rebecca about money for Kate. Why?
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Got something interesting, Jenks?
Very much so, sir. An interesting discovery in Ryan's car. A cheque for £500 from Ryan made out to Kate.
Blimey, how does he
I like the way they
explain
spell
Said it was an
Kate.
incentive.
Check.
Apparently he'd heard she was thinking of leaving the course.
that? What made her so special that they were willing to pay her to stay?
Just a good student, I suppose.
Nah, doesn't add up. £500 is a lot more than an incentive, Jenks. You can buy questions in Parliament for that kind of money. Sounds pretty desperate. Keep on her, Ryan, about it. Oh, and get yourself another drink.
Another drink. Thanks, Chief.
I'm having one. Right.
I'm having one. Yeah, I mean, it might ruin their marriage, but isn't it best that she knows something's going on? Have another drink. Something else in the restaurant, maybe? No.
Ask about a few more things, please. That's all for the moment. Thank you.
Maybe there's another contradiction that we missed.
Couple more questions, if that's okay.
Here we go. So Kate enjoyed the course and appeared happy, but I heard that she wanted to leave? No? Really? Come on. That's clearly a contradiction. Aren't coerced or bribed in any way. Here we go.
So, students aren't coerced or bribed in any way, except Kate.
I'm not sure what you mean.
You said you were going to give Kate the £500 as an incentive. That's coercion, isn't it?
I really don't think you could call it coercion, Inspector. It was an incentive, that's all, a little encouragement.
So, how often do you use incentives?
Okay, incentive is probably the wrong word. The money was just to see how Kate would respond. It was part of her assessment.
Assessment?
We have to assess students as they progress. We don't use conventional methods like sitting an exam or anything like that. People pay for this course per session. We have to know if they're committed or not.
So you're assessing their progress and testing their commitment?
Yes, we are. We have to. This is a business, not a charity.
So Ryan's claiming the money was part of Kate's assessment. And did this assessment also involve threshold testing, I wonder? Or was the money for something else?
Gave the money to test assessor. Students pay for the course per session.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
I feel like we're so close. Don't want to, like, stop right now.
Well, Ryan claims that the money was something to do with Kate's assessment rather than being a bribe or anything like that.
I'm sure he does.
But I couldn't get any further with it, unfortunately. However, I did see someone delivering boxes of poppy pods to James Wilson.
What? Wilson's making opium as well?
Possibly. I can't get any further with him either.
Right. What's the connection between Wilson and Thompson again? I've totally forgotten that, brain.
They both used to live at the farmhouse before Simon moved out with Emma.
So they've got history together. Well, we're missing something here, Jenks. Just try and quiz both of them. Find out about these poppies.
Okay, thanks, Chief.
Wait. Wait. If Simon is allergic,
A few more questions, please.
where's the thing that he took morphine? Yeah, here we go. Maybe he fucking died. And we're just... Yeah, there we go.
You and Kate took morphine in the mirror room. That's what you said, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you're allergic to opiates, Simon. Opium.
Oops.
You didn't take the morphine at all, did you?
Well, no, I didn't. Kate did though.
Why would you lie
I thought
about
you were trying
that?
to outdo each other. That was the point, wasn't
He's
it?
a ghost.
We weren't trying to outdo each other as such.
We're just trying to do each other. No.
Ryan wanted me to test Kate. To see how far she would go to be prime candidate.
What candidate?
Prime candidate. It means the best person in the group, basically.
Oh my god.
You test her.
But you do it in pairs. One person's the tester, it's me, and the other person's the
victim.
No.
But it's not like that. It's completely consensual. It's just boundary testing. Ryan wanted me to test Kate.
But Ryan
Because
said...
they thought she was the best student.
Well, maybe. I don't know. I just did what I was told, okay?
Except you decided to give her morphine. To break the law.
Well, I can't change that now, can I? She didn't die of a morphine overdose, did she?
She died because she drowned. But she drowned for reasons that aren't clear.
Like, it was in her system, but...
Atlas seem to have this all neatly worked out. If Simon's telling the truth, Atlas are lighting the fuse and then retiring to a safe distance, letting students test themselves and push themselves to their limits while avoiding all comeback. Is this what happened to Kate?
Okay. Ryan said that students weren't coerced or forced to do anything in any
Probably
way.
be back later.
This counts as coercion, I'd say.
ask you a couple more things, please? Now, tell me what a prime candidate is.
You're learning a lot, aren't you, Inspector? Prime candidates are simply the best students, the ones with the most potential.
And what benefits do they get from that?
Well, they get the top job.
Which is?
Well, we have a deal with various multinationals. We train students to be exceptional, truly exceptional. And they get a wonderful top job. It's a very simple
Oh,
deal.
that's how that
And
works.
how do you decide who the prime candidate is?
Do you test students?
No.
Did you ever, say, ask Simon to test Kate, for instance?
Oh, you've actually been speaking to Simon, haven't you?
Yeah, that's kind of our job.
Simon Thompson says. You know, he spent the best part of 2 months trying to undermine Kate. No. Now, Simon Thompson, it really isn't my place to speculate, but if you're looking for motives, Inspector, he certainly had a few motives. More than I.
Mm-hmm.
A motive to kill her, do you mean?
Now, that's very interesting, Inspector. Well, that's up to you to decide.
No, he said students weren't tested or coerced. Where was that? Where was it? Yeah. Okay, this is even worse. Like, gave money to test her, assess her. Students aren't tested.
Aha. Well, which one is it, Ryan? Do you test students or not?
Well, some of them, yes.
Including Kate?
Yes.
Why was she being tested?
She was being tested because we wanted to see if she was good enough to become prime candidate, okay?
So Kate was in the
He
running
spilled
to
his
be
drink.
prime candidate.
Yes.
And did you ask Simon to test her?
Yes, I did. But I didn't ask him to do anything stupid. He knew it was against course rules.
How far did you ask him to push her?
I didn't ask him to push her. I asked him to test her. There's a huge difference.
Your mic is peaking. Calm down.
If Simon decided to give her too much caffeine or morphine or whatever, that's his responsibility. So if he did anything wrong, it was his own responsibility. He did it with his own mind and his own hand.
Goodness.
We had nothing to do with it.
Midnight.
Goodness
Still
me.
no suspect, unless you count everyone I've interviewed. It's no surprise that Ryan wants to avoid any suggestion of being responsible for Kate's death, but I wonder if the man protests just a little too much.
Yeah. Just a little bit. Let's talk to Paul.
A few more questions, if you don't mind. What are prime candidates?
The best of the bunch. The peaches.
Peaches.
And so what does it mean to be a prime candidate?
Success. We have a special relationship with many major international companies. We provide them with our best students. And they get an instant job.
Damn, that sounds
What do
nice.
you get out of it?
Well, it's a little kickback. It's just business, Inspector.
Just business.
Was Kate a prime candidate?
Well, as Ryan has probably already told you, yes, she was.
Did you ask Simon to test her?
Yes, it's company policy. Leaders don't get involved.
And it covers your back, of course.
Well, nobody knows the students better than they do, Inspector. It's much better to let them just work it out among themselves.
It isn't very professional to force students to test each other to the point where one of them gets killed, Paul.
We don't force students to do anything that they don't want to do, Inspector.
Except
So
you
don't
totally do.
force them into being tested.
No, we don't encourage anybody to hurt or offend anybody else here.
You
What?
don't use threshold testing, for instance.
No. If Simon Thompson went too far with Kate, that's his responsibility, not ours. He's the one you should be speaking to, if truth be told. I don't trust him myself.
No, but there's guys skewering each other's in the woods. Like, students were explicitly told to, like, offend each other. Do we have anything about... Where's the testing thing? Okay, well, they didn't encourage to discuss the birthmark.
That's it for the time being. Thank you.
Wonder what Paul thinks about prime candidates. Yeah, we'll ask Simon, Emma, and Rebecca about things.
A few more questions, if you don't mind. Did you know Kate Vine was a prime candidate?
No.
Okay.
Do you know what a prime candidate is?
At
No.
Atlas. It's the best student.
And what does that mean?
It means they get a guaranteed job with a very good salary. Well, that's the idea anyway.
But?
Mostly they aren't up to it.
And what happens then?
They die.
They get sacked.
Failed prime candidates get sacked. So if you fail the test, then you'd be let go.
Thank you. Probably be back later. Couple more questions, if that's okay. How do you think you'd have reacted if you'd found out that Kate had been chosen to be prime candidate?
Is that... was she?
I'm just asking how you think you'd react.
I don't know. I wouldn't react in any way, really. I'm not bothered. I don't think she was, though.
What makes you think that?
Well, it's just an impression I got. You know, she's a bit flaky, to be honest. She's just not really prime candidate material.
This is feeling very like Scientology.
That's all for the moment. Thank you. Do you know what a prime candidate is at Atlas?
Yes, it's what every student wants to be. It's the best student. Apparently you get a great high-paid job afterwards. I don't think that really happens, though.
Did you know anyone in the running to be prime candidate?
What, like Simon? I don't think they picked Simon, to be honest. Well, he's got too many morals, and you can't have both at Atlas.
Interesting.
Do you know whether Kate was in the running to be prime candidate or not?
I don't, but I do think she would have been chosen just because she was, you know, Kate.
You didn't discuss it with Kate?
No. No, she never talked about Atlas.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
I just want... What does Paul think? Did I not ask him?
A few more questions, please. Thank you.
Prime candidates are the best students. Leaders don't get involved in testing students. But we know that Ryan... Oh, wrong one.
Okay, that's it for now. Thank you.
I'm not sure. I want to finish the game. We're close.
Hello, Jenks. Yes, I'm still up. Thanks for asking.
Chief Ryan admitted that he asked Simon to test Kate to see if she was good enough to be prime candidate, but he's throwing it all back on Simon. Says it was up to Simon about how he went about testing her.
Very convenient. What does Paul say?
He pretty much backs Ryan up. He claims they don't do any threshold testing.
Well, that's a load of horse droppings. He knows you're onto him, Jenks, which means you're getting somewhere at last. It's only taken you till midnight, but well done nonetheless. Listen, call me back. I'm watching an old movie, but Christopher Lee's only just turned up, so I'll be here for another hour or so, yeah?
Okay, Chief. I'll call again.
Yeah, bye.
So Simon was testing Kate in the mirror room though, right? With the morphine and shit. Had been asked to test Kate by Ryan. CD mirror music course, mirror use for meditation. So the mirror room is used for meditation. Don't know. Paul thinks about prime candidates. We asked him about that.
Ask you a couple more things, please.
I need a better hint. There was something somewhere about them not testing students, but I think that was with Ryan. Like never coerced or tested students or something like that. Not encouraged to hurt each other, even though they totally are. What's with the skewer through the hand in the woods? How can we not ask about that? Shit. Couldn't handle the course techniques. Not encouraged to hurt each other. I might just look this one up. My brain is dying. I really want to know why we can't ask about students skewering their hands in the woods. Feel like that's kind of important to mention somewhere. How is she being considered if she was like always drunk and stuff? we're taking drugs in the mirror room. Alright, I'm gonna look this one up. Paul? What are you saying, Paul? What are we on, 12 p.m.? Alright, go to Paul and ask about Kate's prime candidate status, which we did. Paul, contradiction. Don't use threshold testing. Plus CD and mirror room used on the course. That doesn't make any sense. What does the CD have to do with it? What?
You say you don't endorse threshold testing, that's the phrase, isn't it?
Yes.
Except you do, Paul, because you told me that the students use that CD in the mirror room.
Oh.
I've listened to that CD, and it very clearly mentions threshold testing.
I didn't remember what the CD
You keep batting
said.
us away, Paul. We don't really use hypnosis. The students aren't really tested, but I am this close to launching a full-scale investigation.
Look, we get a kickback from these students, and they have to be exceptional. Of course we have to test them. That doesn't mean we do anything illegal. What do you think we do? Bump off the ones we don't like?
Well, that depends on how far you push them, doesn't it?
Well, we certainly don't kill them. Nobody here wanted Kate dead.
I'm sure they didn't. But what do you expect, Paul, when you put students under that much pressure?
She was a very, very valuable student. She was worth a lot to the business.
Really? And how much would that be?
Well, if you really want to know, 50 grand.
She was worth 50 grand.
I feel like that's not
What,
that
you were selling
much.
Of course we were selling her. You don't get this, do you?
To a
we
business.
Make perfect employees. Month after month. That's all we do.
What do you mean, perfect employees?
What big business
Thralls.
needs, Inspector, more than anything else, is none of this altruistic, goody-goody crap. What we look for is people with ambition, no ethics, push, greed is good, all right? We don't deal with all this comfort stuff. The survival of the fittest, that's all there is. There's no higher purpose, no big plan. There's nothing at the end of the rainbow, except what you have and you can enjoy in the here and now.
And what do you enjoy now, Paul?
You're gonna have to excuse me, Inspector. I'm a very busy man. I've got work to do.
I don't think Atlas has a DE&I program.
I'll see myself.
Just a guess. Excuse me.
Shut the gate on your way out.
No. Flip him off. Listen in, Jinx. Listen in.
He's doing his level best to shut this place down. Get rid of him. He's a policeman. We can't just...
Get rid of him.
You sort this, Ryan. You man up and you sort it.
I like that painting.
Tonight.
What is this? It's like half a horse. Like what? Uh-oh. Kyle's gonna put a bag over our head again. Except this time he's gonna stab us. Don't shut the gate. Aw. Shut the gate.
That doesn't sound good. two totally morally bankrupt men are plotting to get rid of me. It's midnight. I don't have any backup and I don't even have a mobile phone. This is potentially quite bad. And what's Kyle got to do with it? I think I might make my way over to Atlas while Ryan isn't there. Maybe lock myself in.
Do we not want to call the chief? To let him know, hey, we're being planned to be murdered?
Damn. I suppose it was too much to hope that Ryan had left the place open.
Oh. We probably don't want to walk through the woods, actually. I feel like we should call the chief and let him know, hey, they're planning to murder us. Can we get some backup? Really? Is Chief sucked into his Christopher Lee movie? Why does the game want us to go to the woods? We're gonna be friggin' mugged. Doesn't make any sense why would we go back into the woods after being told, yeah, they're gonna murder us with Kyle, you know, who the person who mugged us in the woods before. Oh god. What the hell? I'm sorry, this is so cheesy.
Prove to me that you're man enough to do this, Kyle, and then you can deal with that ridiculous police inspector.
What is this? What the hell? Scotland Yard, not hell. Hello, Ryan.
Maybe stop holding the knife.
Inspecting? So, come on. Let's have it.
I don't think you'd understand.
Probably stop the guy with the knife.
What you can do is turn around, go away.
He's actively trying to stab her right now.
What? That knife gives me a perfect right to stick my nose in, investigate, and interfere.
Can we grab the knife?
This is all part of the Atlas.
He's actively trying to stab her.
Endurance exercise.
Drop the knife. The knife, Kyle.
Kyle.
Drop it!
What the hell?
Drop it.
It wasn't even like... It's like the tiniest little knife.
Not looking 100% brilliant for you, Ryan.
Well, please, Inspector, you've poked your nose into Atlas's affairs enough times to know that imaginative flair is part of the course's success. Our lessons are reinforced by a unique emotional experience.
It's not the same masks.
Terror?
It's an extremely evocative tool.
Well, it's a good job you're not in charge of the national curriculum.
Now look, Inspector, I know what you're trying to do. I know what you're thinking. But believe me, Atlas had nothing to do with the deaths of those people.
Eyewitness account of a satanic sacrifice in the woods. That's not what we call circumstantial evidence, Ryan.
Simon. Now, I saw Simon walking home with Kate last Friday after the meeting. Now, Simon had some strange idea that he was in the running to become prime candidate. Well, a knob of butter has more chance of becoming prime minister. Oh, wait.
Knob of butter.
So are you telling me that...
So he's blaming Simon.
Well, it seems reasonable. It's likely, isn't it?
Any more likely than you?
I think Ryan did it. Or Kyle. Considering the, like, you know, literally walked in on them actively trying to kill somebody. Okay, Jinx is awesome. We actively walked into them trying to kill somebody, and Ryan is all like, oh no, Simon did it. Who is this person anyway? He seemed very calm for having run into all this.
You save someone from being sacrificed, and that's the thanks you get. If that wasn't an occult ceremony, I don't know what is. The Rands have been lying all along.
No shit.
What's Simon going to say about Ryan's accusation?
Probably that he didn't do it. Because he probably didn't.
Just a few more questions, if you don't mind.
Hi, Simon. Did you kill her?
What would you say if I said it's been suggested that you were seen walking home with Kate after Atlas last Friday?
What? By who?
The same person who suggested that you wanted Kate out of the picture because you found out she was in the running to be prime candidate.
Who said that?
Just a question.
I didn't think I was in the running. It was Ryan, wasn't it?
I am in no position to say.
It was Ryan.
Simon, calm
Yeah,
down.
it was.
No, I can prove it. Kate's driving licence, give it to me.
Why?
Kate's driving licence, please. See that pattern on the tape there?
The thing I pointed out at the very beginning of the game.
See this pattern? I like that.
Yeah, it's the same washi tape.
It's the same pattern. This has come from the same roll of tape as this.
Bruh, I'm so mad.
So there's only one person that's tape like that. Ryan.
Oh, not Rebecca?
He gave me this piece of tape when I was in his office once. Why has Kate's driving licence got a piece of Ryan's tape on it?
I have no idea, Simon.
Why does the...
Where did you find it?
Rebecca...
By the lake.
It's obvious, isn't it? Ryan was testing her. He was doing a boundary test to see how much she would do, how far she would go to be a prime candidate. But it all went wrong. Okay. It's one of the things we do at the course, right? You give something that's important to you to someone else, then they go and hide it somewhere. It's to teach you to not be bothered when you lose something that's important to you, all right? Kate gives her driving licence to Ryan. Ryan goes and hides it somewhere down the lake. Kate finds out, she goes down looking for it, probably drunk, and she falls in.
But Rebecca has the same
I
tape.
find that a bit far-fetched, Simon.
It makes perfect sense if you know anything at all about how Atlas
But
works.
Simon, if you got the tape from Ryan, Kate could have got it from him.
He told me he doesn't lend it out.
He lent it to you.
But I didn't kill her! Do a lab test on the card. His DNA will be all over it.
No, it's been
And
contaminated.
what if yours is all over it?
It won't be. I didn't kill her. I'm sorry. Just give me a minute. I need some painkillers.
We need to talk to Rebecca. Because she has the same tape. Yes.
Where did he go in such a hurry? Is he trying to act as suspiciously as possible?
Are we following him into the woods? Or maybe to the place where Kate died? No. A lot of stuff happens in these woods, that's for sure. Let's talk to Rebecca. Because we got... like, that tape is the same tape,
few more things, please.
which I'd always wanted to ask about. Because, like, I pointed that out at the very beginning.
Have you seen patterned tape like this anywhere before?
She's gonna say
Oh,
no.
Ryan's got some. I know because I borrowed it.
Oh.
When was that?
A couple of months ago?
Have you still got it?
I don't think so. I haven't seen it since then.
But it's on the license. No, no, it's taped over the... Yeah. Yes.
You last saw that sticky tape 2 months ago, is that correct?
Yes.
So how come you used it last week to tape over the broken window outside?
Boom.
That's the same tape.
Well, I must have been mistaken.
You see, the reason I'm asking is that it's exactly the same tape that was found attached to Kate's driving license, found at the scene. The tape that only Ryan has. Ryan, and of course, you.
So what are you saying?
Who's got the tape now? Do you know where it is?
No. No, I don't know where it is. Why are you asking me about this tape?
You seem nervous, Rebecca. Is there a problem?
Well, you're practically accusing me of having something to do with that woman's murder, aren't you?
I wasn't accusing you of anything, Rebecca. Unless there's something you'd like to tell me.
No, I wouldn't like to tell you anything.
Okay, well, that's fine. Obviously, we'll be swabbing everyone in the area for DNA, so if anything comes up on Kate's license, DNA traces.
I feel
It'll
like
come up.
it wouldn't
Nothing
be...
will come up. Right, I've had enough.
The chain of evidence has been broken.
Would you like to explain to me exactly what is going on?
Which bit? The fact that some leggy bitch was trying to steal my husband?
Leggy bitch.
I think you had better tell me what you know, Rebecca.
Okay. You want to know what I know? Kate Vine seduced my husband and was going to blackmail him. Not only did she sleep with him, that whore did it just for his money, our money.
Damn.
How did you work that out?
I heard her. I knew it was her arguing with Emma Bowman. Emma was trying to talk her out of it.
And how did she come to be at the lake?
She dropped that driving license thing when she came
Thing.
in. She was drunk. She
You know,
dropped
that
her bag.
thing.
I took it out to the woods and stuck it over the lake. Then I waited for her. When she came out, I told her where it was, said someone had just run off into the woods with it.
You led her to the lake.
She was reaching out over the lake to get it. I didn't do anything. She just fell in.
But you let her drown.
It was
watched
dark.
her.
I couldn't see anything. I couldn't help her.
Really? Did you try?
You saw her reaching over.
But it was too late. She was just flapping about in the water. It was pathetic. She was making these gurgling sounds.
And what did you do?
I got a big stick. I just pushed her down with it until she stopped.
What the fuck?
Well, she was dead anyway. What did it matter?
You killed her, Rebecca.
She slept with my husband.
She didn't, Rebecca.
What do you mean?
You got the wrong girl.
Who?
Damn.
Emma. It was Emma.
Rebecca Rand, I am arresting you for the murder of Kate Vine. You do not have to say anything, but anything you do say may be taken down and will be used in evidence against you.
Too late.
Do you understand?
Yes.
You just pushed her down with a big stick.
So, it appears that Kate Vine's death was a tragic case of mistaken identity. But there are some loose threads here. What was Ryan doing with Kyle and that girl in the woods? What if I hadn't interrupted? And what really happened to Liam last year? It seems I've only scratched the surface of Atlas and the Rand business empire. Trying to find out about Paul Rand's past is like peering into dense fog. He gives nothing away and covers his tracks with military efficiency. However, what is known is that Paul Rand has a lot of connections in high places. Politicians, celebrities, business leaders. Perhaps James Wilson's ideas weren't too wide of the mark after all. I get the feeling there's still a lot more to learn about the Rand business empire.
You're gonna have to excuse us. Atlas is closed for the moment, but we'll be open again very soon. Thank you for your interest.
Sequel. Okay. Rupert Booth. Oh, the guy's name is actually Paul. Interesting. So, I think it was a good game. I think it had a couple of hiccups here and there in terms of not particularly being clear in a couple of instances what you need to do and where you need to go. So it kind of ends up being that whole try every item on every person thing, which point and click games tend to devolve into. But there were a few moments where, like, okay, we're actually connecting some of the information. So I would say that it was really, it was good. It maybe not like the best, but it was good. Acting was good. Professor Jinx, I think, was fantastic. Generally, people did a good job. It was over the top, but as with anything, oh, it's a Kickstarter game. Nice. Did not know that. But yeah, I tend to enjoy the overacting and the FMV. So, like, I think that if you're into FMV, then it's fine. Okay. Interesting little premise, and it was, I think, what do you call it? Detailed enough too. It wasn't just like fairly linear. Like the bunker was fairly linear. Oh, did Paul die? Hopefully not. Experimental independent game made on a tiny budget. If you liked it, please leave a review of the game and make yourself heard. I probably will later.